Well, while we're building up, Kelvin, let's just have a little prediction from you. Australia, yes, they seem to be everybody's favourites. Denmark, I've already said, I think they're solid, they're strong. And then you've got teams like Czech Republic, they've got a lot of experience, Milik, Kvech, Grand Prix experience. USA, who's going to challenge for that final qualifier?
Czech Republic, I fancy. I think that with Milik and Kvech, they've just got enough to make it. But as you rightly say, a leveller. Starting is going to be an absolute premium, particularly early on. Still going to be pretty wet out there. And seeing where you're going, riders in third and fourth are going to have a hard time. You're going to have to get away sharpish. Gate starting is going to be absolutely vital. We've got the Czech Republic coming up against Team Australia in heat number 1. Good-looking lineup, actually, for the first race of the evening.
Of course, the teams can alternate the gate positions. They can pick and choose where they want to start from. White and yellow will be 2 and 4, and red and blue will be 1 and 3. So it's tough when conditions are like this, because nobody wants to go off the outside gates, do they?
No, I wouldn't want to be off the outside gate in the first race. No question about that. It's a long way from gate number 4 to the first corner. It is greasy. There's no doubt that it's still going to be a touch wet. You can still see the water glistening on the surface. They have just removed the top of the surface. They can't go too deep, because otherwise they'll just create far too much work, and we'll be here all night trying to get this track back. But it will drain, and as long as the rain doesn't come back in, I'd like to think that we should have a safe racetrack and get this meeting to a conclusion here this evening. We do, if we get to heat 14, we then get a result. So that is always something to bear in mind as well. Riders on their way out. Fair play to everybody involved. That is great news. And we have got Australia up against the Czech Republic in heat number 1 in semi-final number 2. Max Fricke and Jack Holder up against Jan Kvech and Vaclav Milik. Certainly from my point of view, both of these teams, I expect them to make their way towards the final on Saturday. Australia, good-looking outfit. As you rightly say, Chris, Denmark also looking very strong indeed. Be interesting to see which way round Australia work here.
It's great to hear.
Milik has turned up at the tapes, and he
got there first just to make sure, didn't he? Going off gate 1.
It's a race to the tapes. And it does appear that Max Fricke is making his way towards
short straw.
Okay, he made it's just exactly that. The fight looks pretty muddy already, and he hasn't really actually got going. So heat number 1, not too far away. Big night of Speedway here. Difficult conditions. You have to hold yourself together. Jan Kvech coming up now, riding for the Kingston Stars now in the UK, going along pretty well for them as well. What will he do? Very, very different from practice, which was at 1 o'clock today. Track was absolutely superb then. It's wet now. Get out the start, wind it on, try and stay out of the dirt if you can. 4 points for a win, 3 for second, 2 for third. Third and fourth is better than winning the race. Avoid last places if you can. Here we go. Heat number 1. Riders coming forward now. Wasn't looking likely earlier on. About to get underway. Tapes up. We're into the first turn. Australia hit the first turn together. Holder and Fricke. Fricke's done remarkably well. Look at Kvech coming on throng. Nearly runs in the side of Jack Holder as they went down the back straight for the first time. Milik has pulled up at the back. Can't see where it's going. But Australia locked together. Winding it on, a little bit greasy, a little bit slippy, but they're doing the business.
Yeah, great start for Australia. They're the favourites, handling the pressure well in very difficult conditions. Really difficult to team right out there as well. You don't want to fill your teammate in coming into the corner particularly, but the Australians, Max Fricke, Jack Holder, doing a really good job out front.
They are indeed controlling the race. Holder having to just bide his time because the shorter route is quicker with Fricke on the outside. 1 more lap to go. Kvech is there, trying to keep them honest, but in truth, there's no way he's going to really make much of an impact here. And Australia, many people's favourites, not just for tonight, but to win on Saturday as well. They start with 7 points. Maximum score for Australia. They get the meeting underway in fine style. Great effort from Fricke to get round the outside in the first corner there. Not easy.
Well, the official results of heat number 1 was a win.
They managed to do that.
Second in white,
back in third.
Third in blue, Kvech.
So the results of heat number 1, Fricke and Holder combining to pick up the 7 points. Kvech back in third picks up 2, with Vaclav Milik actually getting going, but he just ran out of vision early on in the race. See this once again, first race of the night.
Yeah, super tough conditions. You can see Milik there, bike just lifts on him. You don't need that when you're trying to get off the start in these conditions. And Jack Holder there almost runs into Max Fricke in the middle of the first turn. Then he has to duck the elbow because Kvech is trying to get up the inside. I think we will see pretty much all of the action on the opening lap of these early heats, because conditions are going to be tough out there. Can't expect to see too much close racing, I don't think, in the early heats, but a really good job from Australia.
Slovenia.
So heat number 2 is with us, and riders up at tape. We've got Norway up against Slovenia. Anze Grmek and Matic Ivacic representing Slovenia, and Truls Kamhaug and Mathias Pollestad representing Norway. Truls Kamhaug is actually the new Norwegian champion. So he comes here in fine form. And Mathias Pollestad, well, we've seen him riding in SGP2, and he rides for Gorzów in the Extraliga in Poland, and he's quite a useful rider. Talking to Rune Holter, who is here in attendance, supporting the Norwegian team. It's very keen for them to try and make the race off. Heat number 22, which is the final qualifier, the shootout for the third team to go forward to the final. Heat number 2.
It's nice to see Rune Holter here, just adding his weight of experience to the team. Good to see.
First turn, rider on the inside, makes a smashing start there. Pollestad just about hanging on there, coming under pressure around the outside from Ivacic. Ivacic running very wide in bottom corner, but Pollestad's out in front. Kamhaug there in third place. Right now, Norway just about in charge. Oh my goodness, that is fantastic. Fantastic stuff there from Grmek to get up into third place, but out in front, Pollestad, he looks pretty good. But Slovenia hanging on in second and third.
Yeah, Slovenia with the upper hand in this race. 5 points for them if it stays like this. But Mathias Pollestad, been impressive and finished 6th in the SGP2 last year. Occasionally he was a bit wild, but he's gaining so much experience riding in Poland on a regular basis now, and handling these difficult conditions very well.
Yeah, fast away from the tapes. He had the inside gate and the red helmet colour. But as I say, second and third. Last places are no good to you. And Pollestad's ridden nicely out in front. He wins the race. But Slovenia get more points in second and third. They pick up 5. And we're underway. Track ride's good, but it is a bit tricky if you're in traffic, seeing where you're going. But Pollestad picks up a nice ride there. Truls Kamhaug just got out-battled there. So Slovenia pick up the 5 points, with Ivacic and Grmek coming through into third place. Mathias Pollestad picks up 4 points, with Kamhaug there just missing out in the second race of the evening. Once again.
Yeah, it was close stuff, but Mathias Pollestad on the inside there, just taking full advantage of the inside gate at this point. Really good start from him, actually. Bike reacts nicely, goes forward. There's not a lot of grip off the start. Once the surface got wet, everybody starts to make changes to their setup, moving the wheelbase a little bit shorter, trying to get the bike to jump. And certainly for Mathias Pollestad it did. But yeah, great ride. Competitive stuff from Ivacic. Has a little look around the outside, but Grmek makes a decent pass on Kamhaug on the second lap. He managed to get up the inside. Just, I think this might be it just here, but was yeah, quite brave to come in on the inside like that. Yeah. And just moves through quite cleanly in the end.
Nice ride there. 5 points for Slovenia. Big change now. Team USA. Steve Evans putting Luke Becker straight into their first ride. He replaces Broc Nicol. It's muddy out there. Challenging, character-building stuff out here in the National Speedway Stadium. We've got Denmark up against Team USA. Michelsen and Anders Thomsen up against Luke Becker and Gino Manzares here in heat number 3. It'll be Luke Becker on the inside in the red helmet colour. Gino Manzares out of gate number 3 in blue. Gate number 2 in white is Mikkel Michelsen. And off the outside, Anders Thomsen. has had some dreadful injuries in the recent seasons. He goes in the yellow helmet colour, gate number 4. A lot of people talking about Denmark. Good-looking team. Here we go. First turn, Becker's just about got there. No, it's neck and neck with Thomsen. Thomsen's done nicely there to get round the outside. Anders Thomsen, he charges down the back straight. Becker's there in second place with Michelsen back in third. It's a 6-3 right now with Gino Manzares out the back. But Thomsen, well, a nice start from the outside, Chris.
Oh, it was a fantastic start from the outside. Really rocketed forward, got across the opposition. Luke Becker gave him a little bit of a hard something to think about in the first turn, but at the moment race settling down. We've got Michelsen really looking to make a run around the outside. The dirt line's quite wet, but I tell you what, he's generating a lot of speed.
He is indeed. Running wide, can Becker resist the charge from Michelsen? Michelsen's in great form. He is having a go here. Far from ideal out high and wide. Now he drops back to the inside. What a ride from Mikkel Michelsen. That is a stunning performance. A performance of a man who is clearly full of confidence. 7 points for Denmark. And Mikkel Michelsen, the captain of Denmark, does it the hard way.
Well, the official result of heat number 3 was
Australia 7, Denmark working overtime there, particularly Michelsen. Look how much dirt there is on him. But by golly, did he ride particularly well there. Thomsen out in front, Michelsen coming through in second place. 7 points for Denmark, 2 points for USA. Luke Becker being relegated to third place. Gino Manzares at the back. Mikkel Michelsen, that was a stunning ride considering how tough it was out there.
Yeah, it was a really good ride. There's little traction out there because all the dirt that's moving over is the top surface, it's the wet stuff, and that wet stuff doesn't give you the extra traction. But he really worked super hard. But 7 points for the Danish team is a great start for them. Of course, they'll be wanting to match Australia. They'll see themselves as favourites to be in that top 2. And go straight to the final without the extra ride. But here he comes, looking on the outside here. You can see he's working really hard, just can't find that extra traction he needs. Reads Luke Becker perfectly. Once he cuts back up the inside, just so much speed. I think it must be this corner here where he's run very wide, cuts back up the inside, long straight. Goes past him with ease.
Yep, brilliant ride from Mikkel Michelsen, third in the World Championship. Anders Thomsen enjoying out in front. Right, here we go. Heat number 4, we've got the Czech Republic back out here with Milik and Kvech up against the Latvian pair of Andzejs Lebedevs and Daniils Kolodinskis.
Well said, Kelvin.
He's going to challenge me here this evening. After this race, ordinarily we would have a track grade, but there won't be tonight. We're going to crack on through. So heat number 4, Czech Republic up against Latvia. Latvia could be quite useful tonight. Long pause. We're underway into the first turn. Here comes Kvech round the outside. Smash. Oh, we've got a faller there.
Yeah, Kolodinskis has gone down.
They're just getting it out of shape. Red lights have had to come on. First faller of the night. Since he'll be excluded for that. More on his lonesome. Not the ideal start to the evening for Daniils. Yeah, it's still quite sloppy out there. Don't fancy it. I tell you what, they've got some Karcher steam cleaners at the back of the pits. They're going to be working overtime.
Yeah, Kolodinskis here. He's missed the start. He's out in the sloppy stuff out there, and yeah, it's just a simple mistake from him. Referee, I'm sure, will put the blue exclusion light on for that. He's got nobody near him. He's just overturned the bike and decided that it's time to get off. Unfortunate start for him. He'll be soaking wet, covered in mud.
A bit of an awkward fall there for the man in blue. So come on, Manchester, let's have a round.
So 2 minutes is back on for the 3 riders to get back round to the start.
Good to see him on his feet.
Kolodinskis is making his way back. A little bit of an undignified start to the evening, but he's got to come back. Kostigovs is also quite an experienced rider. I've seen him ride very well, particularly in Kursko in his home country. He's had 1 or 2 appearances in Grand Prix there where he's actually put himself about quite nicely. Kvech had made a great start initially. Can he reproduce that? Important race this for the Czech Republic. A lot of people talking about the Republic Czech Republic making the third spot here this evening. They need to take advantage in the rerun here. So just running through, we've got the Czech Republic up against Andzejs Lebedevs, effectively, from Latvia. Lebedevs is on the inside in the red helmet colour. Milik in the white helmet colour. He will come out of gate number 2. No rider in gate number 3, of course, with the exclusion. And off the outside is Jan Kvech, with the yellow helmet colour.
Yeah, Lebedevs, of course, returning from that injury, broke some ribs in a league meeting in Gorzów, so not ideal conditions for him to be returning in.
Oh, here we go then. Can he hit the front? Most they can do, of course, is get the 4 points here. In heat number 4, takes her up. Nick's made a lovely start. He gets the bit of Lebedevs. Here comes Kvech. Oh, so much grip on the inside. Milik had no choice. He just charged to the front, but Kvech's done the business as well, coming around the outside. And here comes Lebedevs on the inside. He's pushing hard. He's looking for a way through, try and get the better of Kvech. But out in front, right now, the Czech Republic are on a 7-point maximum score.
Yeah, Lebedevs will fight right to the checkered flag. We know he's a tough lad. Conditions certainly won't worry him, but he's really got no answer for Jan Kvech right now. Kvech just riding around the inside. He doesn't want to get filled in from the back wheel of his teammate out front. He's left a little bit of a gap there, but Lebedevs, he will fight right down to the checkered flag.
Tell you what, after a very disappointing opening ride, Vaclav Milik is absolutely flying here. Must have made some changes to the equipment. Just look at it go. Absolutely roaring away out in front. He's going further and further away. He's in a league of his own here. One more corner to go. And the Czech Republic, they needed to capitalise here, and they have done so. They pick up a maximum score, very useful indeed. Disappointing opening game up against Australia. The Czech Republic coming through with 7 points there. They'll be delighted with that. Their veteran team manager tonight is Ezven Erban, and he will be pleased with his team's performance there. Vaclav Milik and Jan Kvech pick up the 7 points, and Andzejs Lebedevs coming through in third place. Good ride here from the Czech Republic. They needed to do this.
Yeah, they did. They needed to take full advantage of the Latvians there. Just one rider in the race, Lebedevs. And a great start from both of them, actually. Jan Kvech had made a really good start in the first attempt to run this race. Not quite such a good one that time, but his teammate out front, Vaclav Milik, as you say, Kelvin, after a disappointing first ride where he got filled in on the first lap, really had plenty of speed, just got the back wheel just out in the dirt. The dirt actually seems to be working far better than I thought it would. It does give them that little bit of extra traction, and I didn't think it would at this early stage in the meeting with it being so wet out there.
Milik looking really good that last time, very fast indeed. Heat number 5, riders are up at tapes already. Australia up against Norway. And Australia have made a change here. Mark Lemon bringing in Brady Kurtz. So Mathias Pollestad up with Truls Kamhaug for Norway. Jack Holder and Brady Kurtz. Kurtz coming in for his first ride this evening.
Interesting tactic that, to give him a ride straight out. Especially after scoring maximum points.
I think it's a good one. Up against Norway, they must fancy their chances. An opportunity for Kurtz to really get a feel for conditions. Not ideal out there. Holder on the inside in red. Then you've got Pollestad at gate number 2 in white. Brady Kurtz gate number 3 in blue. And Kamhaug off the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Here we go. Heat number 5. Takes her up. Australia are away good from the inside. Look at Kurtz, he hustled that beautifully through.
Kept himself clean.
Yeah, chopped back to the inside. Holder away from the inside, lovely. Kurtz coming through in second place. Got to say Kamhaug coming on straight. No, excuse me, Pollestad. Can't even recognise the riders hardly because there's so much dirt out there. But Team Australia looking good out in front.
Yeah, Mark Lemon rings the change, brings in Brady Kurtz for an early look at the track and track conditions. And it's great, isn't it, when you can do that, still get out there, maximum points. Really good first turn from Brady Kurtz. Didn't want to get filled in, made that early chop back. And just a little bit of a distance now between him and Holder, keeping himself clean, not getting filled in.
I think this is good. Kurtz looked a little bit nervous on the first lap, not going as well as he would like. He's had a good look over his shoulder because Pollestad's been there lurking, but all of a sudden now he's got a little bit of breathing space down the back straight. Holder's belted the fence 2/3 of the way down the straight. Holder out in front. Australia back-to-back maximum scores. They move on to 14 out of 14. Pollestad rode well there, you know. He was right there, he was keeping Brady Kurtz very honest. But nonetheless, Australia comes through with the 7-point haul. Maximum score. Jack Holder and Kurtz, 7 points for them. Mathias Pollestad picks up 2 points with Truls Kamhaug missing out in heat number 5. Australia doing the business so far. They've got all, they are the favourites. They've got all the weight of expectation on their shoulders.
Yeah, Brady Kurtz here, he just got there just ahead of Mathias Pollestad. Chops down to the inside, doesn't want to get filled in by his teammate. Really wise move. And another maximum 7 points for Australia. It just takes the pressure off. Of course, they'll want to win the semi-final. They won't want to take second place. That's what they're aiming at. They want to show their dominance. They won this competition last year, and they certainly will be wanting to do it again. But Jack Holder looking super fast. Mathias Pollestad impressed me there for three and a half laps. He really kept Brady Kurtz honest and matched him for speed.
Indeed he is. There's another change here in the next race. We've got the Americans losing Becker once again, and he's coming in to replace Broc Nicol. And the Americans will come up against the Slovenian team. They've got Grmek and Ivacic. Grmek's on the inside in the red helmet colour. Ivacic will come out of gate number 3 in blue. There you see it, Becker and Gino Manzares representing America, and Anze Grmek and Matic Ivacic for Slovenia. So not too much longer before heat number 6 gets underway. Grmek on the inside. Gate number 3 is Ivacic. Gate 2 is Gino Manzares, and off the outside with the white helmet colour replacing Broc Nicol is Luke Becker. Here we go, heat number 6. Right, Manzares missed the start completely. Good start from the Slovenian pair here. Becker's got work to do. He's got round the outside. He's in the third. Here comes Manzares as well. Tight down the back straight. Very tight indeed. Certainly Grmek has made him work. But out in front, Ivacic going great. Manzares and Grmek having a real battle for third place, with Becker coming through in the third. But I tell you what, Gino Manzares has been beaten up there.
Yeah, once again, Grmek really working the inside nicely, making the bike work very, very well. And Ivacic out front. This is actually another decent result for the Ivacic. He's out front again, but Grmek, yes.
Grmek back up the inside of Manzares there. Manzares has done very well to get himself into third place. That battle is not over. Ivacic is out in front, having a real good go. Becker is now a distant second place, but Grmek now super stuff, and Slovenia are going to pick up 6 points here. Just need to hang on one last corner. Ivacic out in front. Superb ride from him. And what a battle it was for that vital third place. And it goes the way of Slovenia. They're a surprise package so far. No last places for them. They picked up 5 points in their first outing. They move on to 11 now because they've just scored 6 points there. Fair play to them.
Massive result for them.
It is indeed. Ivacic and Grmek picking up 6 points there for Slovenia. 3 points for the USA with Luke Becker. But a terrific battle here for third.
Yeah, fantastic battle between Grmek and Manzares. Went on all race. Ivacic and Becker out front. But these two guys overtaking each other 2 or 3 times throughout this race. And got to say, really impressed with Slovenia so far, because I'm not sure, you know, that I thought that they would be battling with the Czech Republic, USA, but and Latvia, of course. You would have maybe put them as favourites to finish ahead of them, but at the moment, really battling well, Slovenia.
They are indeed. Super stuff from them. 5 and a 6, 11 points in total. 2 changes now in heat number 7. We've got Rasmus Jensen coming in to replace Mikkel Michelsen for Denmark, and Kostigovs will come in to replace Kolodinskis for Latvia, who didn't make it round the first corner, unfortunately, for that young man. But Kostigovs coming in to replace him. So on the inside, in the red helmet colour, is Andzejs Lebedevs for Latvia. Gate number 2 in white will be Rasmus Jensen. It's Thomsen and Rasmus Jensen up against Lebedevs and Kostigovs. That's the 2 teams. The lineup on the tapes, Lebedevs on the inside in red. Gate number 2 in white is Rasmus Jensen. Gate number 3 in blue is Jevgenijs Kostigovs in the blue helmet colour, and off the outside in yellow is Thomsen, who was a winner first time out. Michelsen was superb in his first ride to come through in the second place. Can Rasmus Jensen do something similar here in heat number 7? Here we go. Racer up. What a start it is from Thomsen. Fantastic start from the outside. Superb up around the outside from Thomsen. Here comes Lebedevs. What a move from Lebedevs up the inside. Thomsen can't believe it. He's expecting to see Rasmus Jensen. It wasn't Lebedevs, but wow, Thomsen has worked his way. He has responded brilliantly. Rasmus Jensen now's got work to do back in 3rd place. Can he make his way past Lebedevs? Not easy. Lebedevs just clamps the door shut. Good opening lap of Speedway.
Yeah, great stuff. Anders Thomsen actually had an early look in the first turn. Thought Rasmus Jensen was with him. Well, he is now. He needs to take another look because Rasmus Jensen has battled hard with Lebedevs there just to get around the outside of him. And it's a great ride from Rasmus Jensen. That Lebedevs was in the thick of the action in his previous race. But he's packed up. I think he's maybe filled in, but he's certainly pulling out.
Cutouts come out. Cutouts come out, and that is desperate for Lebedevs. Fantastic ride from Rasmus Jensen nonetheless to get the better of Ondrej Lebedevs. Terrific battle there. And Denmark, just as Australia done, maximum score. They switched their team around. No change. They keep scoring the points. We fancied that Denmark and Australia were going to go head-to-head. So it's proving after a couple of rides each. Superb ride from Jensen, similar to what Michelsen did. Had to work hard to get into 2nd place with the fast-starting Anders Thomsen away from the outside gate. Brilliant stuff from Denmark. Maximum score, 7 points for them. Got a feel for Latvia there because Lebedevs was in the thick of it there, but his cutout came out and that literally kills the spark and the bike packed up. Kostigovs picks up the 2 points. Brilliant Speedway here.
Yeah, brilliant Speedway. And Lebedevs here on the inside makes a decent start, but look at that start from Anders Thomsen again from the outside gate. Really electric off the start. He had seen that Rasmus Jensen had made a decent start, and I think coming into turn 3 there you can see a casual look over to his inside, thinks his teammate is running him in a little bit hard, and then soon realises that it's not his teammate at all, it's Lebedevs. But Rasmus Jensen just kept working and working and working on the outside of Lebedevs there, and got himself in front. And well, so far Denmark matching Australia. They've both used their reserve riders to good effect, and maximum points for both teams.
Indeed. Terrific ride from Denmark there. Rasmus Jensen was Mr. Entertainment, getting the better of Ondrej Lebedevs, who then packed up. Here's the position. 14 points apiece for Australia and Denmark. Slovenia going very well on 11 as well. Fair play to them. Next race is up. Riders are at tapes, and it's Norway up against the Czech Republic. Glenn Moy coming in here to replace Truls Kamhaug. And it'll be Kvech and Vaclav Milik for the Czech Republic. Milik is going to go from the inside gate in the red helmet colour. The new boy here is Glenn Moy for Norway. He'll come out of gate number 2 in yellow. Gate number 3 in blue is Kvech. And Mathias Pollestad for Norway will go from the outside in the white helmet colour. Czech Republic did very nicely last time. They got the maximum score. They're on 9 points. Another opportunity for them here. They'll be looking to capitalise right now. Heat number 8. Green lights on. Tapes are up. What a start it is for the Czech pair. Kvech's got there. Milik's up the inside. Pollestad just hung high and wide. Can he respond? Round the outside he can. Fantastic move from Mathias Pollestad to get the better of Vaclav Milik. And Milik was really very quick indeed last time. Out in front. Kvech riding well. Look at this now. Glenn Moy coming up the inside. Milik is coming under fire left and right.
Yeah, Milik was so fast in his previous race, but he's getting beat up here, and certainly Mathias Pollestad riding really well. He elected to come off the outside gate, which I thought maybe was a mistake, but now look up the inside. I think, yeah, Milik has done him. He's got plenty of traction around the inside.
Fabulous ride from Vaclav Milik. Pollestad just running wide. Pollestad coming back at him. Right down the start and finish straight. Going into the first corner for the final time. Pollestad's there. Milik then switching back to the inside. Nearly clashing down the back straight. Fabulous Speedway there for 2nd and 3rd. Kvech's away. He's won the race. He's missed all the fireworks. But Mathias Pollestad and Vaclav Milik really battling hard. And fair play to Mathias Pollestad. What a ride that was. To steal the 2nd place away from Vaclav Milik. It looked so impressive in the previous ride for the Czech Republic. They still come away with a 6-point haul, but they were looking for a maximum score, denied by the terrific ride from Mathias Pollestad. Kvech and Milik 6 points. Mathias Pollestad coming through in second place, 3 points with Glenn Moy missing out. Super racing there, no question about it. Track's riding well, it's slippery, not easy, but it's behaving pretty well. Czech Republic, after 3 outings, are on 15. Australia and Denmark with 2 rides under their belts on 14 points apiece. And Slovenia there looking really good on 11, Norway on 9, 5 for the USA and 4 for Latvia. That's the position after 8 races here in the National Speedway Stadium, semi-final number 2 of the Speedway of Nations.
Yeah, once again, Mathias Pollestad really impressing with this ride here. He does really, really well. Jan Kvech hits the front for the Czech Republic, gets round the outside there. I think actually really caught Vaclav Milik by surprise. I don't think he thought he would be finding extra traction around the outside, but he gets himself into second place, and Vaclav Milik came under pressure all race actually from Glenn Moy as well behind him. So yeah, it was a tough race for the Czech Republic there. But talking to Rennie Halter earlier, he said that Mathias Pollestad has a bright future ahead of him, and I tend to agree, because he really is a determined young rider.
Determination, absolutely right. That epitomised that ride. And he came through in flying colours for Norway, and they'll be pleased with that. Jan Kvech going great guns for the Czech Republic.
You a nice little
we can get some more reaction for you down in the pits there with Marcelina doing the business for her. Anders Thomsen of Denmark will be joining her now.
So give him a wave, show him some love.
That's right, Anders Thomsen here with me. Anders, who's making his comeback on the world stage after you missed out the Speedway Grand Prix this season. Do you miss Speedway Grand Prix? It's good to be back on the world stage.
For sure, it's great to be back on the top of the stage. So. I think it has been good for me to have a year out, and yeah, we will see if I come back for next season. But I feel really good in the moment, and everything is really working for me. So pretty happy with that.
Obviously, we are waiting for you in the SGP. Tell me about tonight a little bit. We cannot predict the weather, but one thing is certain: you're all gonna need to do the laundry afterwards.
Yeah, mechanics have a long night ahead for them. It's a good thing if you go through it's on Saturday, so they have plenty of time to get it ready. But yeah, we can't do nothing with the weather. This is just UK.
But it seems like for you the track's conditions are just perfect. 2 starts, 2 wins in the front, very solid wins. How are you feeling at this track tonight?
You know, it's really important to get the good setup for the starts, and that's what I've been focused for, because I'm not really fast on the track, but I'm making good gates, and it's really important when the weather is like this, because if you get behind and you get the spray, you get really, really heavy.
Just a quick one, are we going to see you in the next outing?
No.
Okay, so Rasmus Jensen and Mikkel Michelsen next. Thank you so much. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much. Anders Thomsen doing a fine job for Denmark right now. Good to see him back, going along very nicely indeed. Standings for you once again with the Czech Republic from 3 outings, they're on 15. Australia and Denmark from their 2 outings are on maximums, 14. We've got Australia here once again. Not hearing of any changes, so it does appear that Max Fricke is back in after Brady Kurtz replaced him in the previous race. Excuse me. Was that Brady Kurtz there, and it's Jack Holder that's been stood down? Yeah, it is. Brady, yeah, it is Brady Kurtz. So it is Jack Holder that's going to be withdrawn from this one, and Brady Kurtz actually holds his place, and he'll team up with Max Fricke this time. Of course, Max Fricke and Brady Kurtz were teammates here a couple of seasons ago in the for the Bellevue Aces, so they know each other very well indeed. They're going to come up against the surprise package so far of Slovenia, going along nicely with a 5-point haul first time out and a 6-point haul in their second outing. So Australia cannot afford to take them lightly. Certainly Ivacic is going great, and Grmek has been a tiger coming through into point scoring position. So Brady Kurtz replacing Jack Holder here. Max Fricke back in for Australia. Matic Ivacic for Slovenia and Anze Grmek. They haven't made any changes so far this evening. We've got Grmek on the inside in red. Gate number 2 in yellow is Max Fricke. Gate number 3 in blue is Ivacic. And Kurtz will go from the outside in the white helmet colour. Brady Kurtz is a rider that's sort of been just out of the limelight a little bit. Terrific rider, great opportunity for him this week.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's amazing to think that he's actually making his Speedway of Nations debut here at Bellevue, because you know, he's been around now for a while at the top level as well, and always doing well in Poland. Yeah, it's a surprise to think that he's making his debut here. But Max Fricke, the opposite to that, hasn't missed a Speedway of Nations since it started.
That's right. Of course, he teamed up with Jack Holder 2 years ago in Boyens, where they picked up gold. Will it be their year again here in the National Speedway Stadium on Saturday night? What a night that's going to be. Heat number 9. Here we go. Oh, long pause. Gotta say, Kurtz has made a lovely start. Tied to the first corner. Pushing there is Grmek. He's got the better of Max Fricke initially. Fricke's trying to get round the outside as they go into turns 3 and 4. On the opening lap, he's been forced wide there. Grmek just there, hanging on to second place. But Fricke is winding it on. Is he going to switch back to the inside? We've seen that work earlier on. Here he comes down the inside. Brilliant stuff from Fricke.
Yeah, great ride from Fricke. Even had time to pull a tear off before he got to the corner. And Grmek once again looking for a run up the inside. Max Fricke just heads that one off, just runs down to the left coming towards the corner, then moves out to the dirt. To be fair, he's coming under a lot of pressure from Grmek. Quite impressed with Grmek so far.
Grmek's ridden well here, but all of a sudden, with Kurtz flying out in front, Fricke now beginning to stamp his authority on second place. Ivacic has got problems out the back, and Australia are going to have another maximum score here. It's a spread out race. Kurtz enjoying himself, and Fricke having to work quite hard for that second place, but nonetheless they move on to 21 points out of 21. Australia switching around their team. Jack Holder just stepping down this time. Kurtz retaining his place. Fricke coming back in. Good work, good teamwork from Australia so far. The result for you of heat number 9. Maximum score for Australia with Kurtz and Fricke. Anze Grmek riding well there, but was relegated back to third place with Ivacic out the back. Australia looking strong.
Yeah, the Australia points machine moving on to 21 points. Immaculate so far, but Max Fricke made to work really hard. Brady Kurtz, fantastic start from the outside. Grmek runs right around the inside there. Max Fricke moves straight out to the dirt line, which isn't working as effective as, of course, it normally would. Certainly not as effective as it was last night when the track was in a much drier condition. But Max Fricke just kept working away. In the end, he had to change his attention to the inside with a big cutback. But you see Grmek there looking the wrong way, looks to the left. Max Fricke just pulling a tear off. Now Max says, OK, I'm not going to get all the way around the outside of him. He just cuts back, gets his wheels in line earlier, pulls the old roll-off cord there, so he's got a clear vision coming into the corner. And maximum points once again for Australia.
Australia going along very nicely indeed. Mark Lemon, their team manager, will be more than satisfied with his team's performance so far. They lead semi-final number 2 after 3 outings on 21 points. We've got a change here in the very next race. Looks like Broc Nicol is in here for the USA, replacing Gino Manzares. You're right, Becker and Broc Nicol for America, Andzejs Lebedevs and Daniils Kolodinskis for Latvia. He's back in. So we've got Broc Nicol on the inside in red, Gino Manzares there is in blue on gate number 3. Gate number 2 in yellow is Kolodinskis, and off the outside. Lebedevs, here we go. Lebedevs made a lovely start from the outside. He hits the front. Here comes, oh, that's tight there with Broc Nicol up the inside, but Kolodinskis has come through in the second place. Didn't get round the first corner in his first outing, but he's joined his teammate out in front. Brilliant stuff there. Tight. Now all of a sudden Becker's in the thick of the action as well. Becker coming round the outside of Kolodinskis. Does he get there? Oh, it's tight. He does. Brilliant ride from Becker.
Yeah, great ride from Becker, but I've got to say Kolodinskis having gone down in his first outing, really making a good first lap to get himself behind the leader and his teammate there, Lebedevs just settling down. Becker, I think he's got far too much ground to make up on Lebedevs now.
Broc Nicol in his first ride just tailed off there a little bit in 4th place. Tell you what, Becker with a lap to go, beginning to wind it on in second place. He's coming on here, beginning to build it up. Lebedevs should just about had it. Kolodinskis there back in third place. Encouraging ride for him. 6 points on the cards here for Latvia. Hasn't been America's night so far. Just haven't been able to click as a team. Too many last places for Team USA, but for Latvia, 6 points there.
Second,
encouraging race for them. They move on to 10. So Lebedevs and Kolodinskis there coming through nicely. 6 points there for Team Latvia. 3 points for Team USA. And a good battle there. Becker had to work hard to get into second place here.
Yeah, really good opening lap from Kolodinskis. He almost gets across there. Broc Nicol, Broc going around the inside. Lebedevs already out front, but Kolodinskis really does make a good move down the back straight, gets himself into second place. And it looks like the race may settle down there, but Luke Becker had other ideas. And first of all, deals with Kolodinskis, gets himself into second, and then makes chase after Lebedevs, which was quite impressive because he actually made up. I didn't think he could make up that much ground, but by the time they got to the finish line, he was just a couple of metres behind him.
He did indeed. He rode strongly there, but Team USA just not quite clicking tonight. 6 points for Latvia, a handy result for them. Good lineup we've got here in the very next race. Terrific lineup. Denmark have made changes once again. Looks like Jensen's retained his place. There's a position there. Australia leading now. But the Czech Republic are up here, and are Denmark. Denmark could level it up here with another maximum score. Jensen here, Michelsen's back out as well. So Denmark with Rasmus Jensen and Mikkel Michelsen up against Vaclav Milik and Jan Kvech of the Czech Republic. Jensen's on the inside in the blue helmet colour. Gate number 2 in white is Vaclav Milik. Gate 3 in red is Mikkel Michelsen, back in now this time, missed out last time. And Jan Kvech from the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Good looking race, Chris, here.
Yeah, great looking race, and it's unfortunate actually with Milik and Kvech riding so nicely tonight that we might not get a chance to see Adam Bubba Bednar. He was 4th quickest in the practice earlier today.
Indeed. Here we go. Number 11. Big race here. Tell you what, Kvech's made a lovely start off the outside. Oh, that's tight going in the first corner. Cool, Michelsen got a real shove there from Milik. Out in front is Rasmus Jensen, but Kvech has done very nicely indeed. He's charged up the inside, fired himself to the front. Denmark in second and third here. Kvech is going to come. Oh my goodness! Gracious me! Michelsen rearing going into turn 1, second time around, does well to stay on. Rasmus Jensen coming on strong in second place.
Yeah, great ride from Jan Kvech, but Rasmus Jensen on the outside now. He's going to do him coming into turn 1 on the second lap. Great ride from him. Jan Kvech just backing into the dirt there. Got to say, Michelsen's got a lot of speed. The bike looks a little bit tricky for him to ride, but he's quick in a straight line.
Yeah, it was. A bit out of shape earlier on in the race. Rasmus Jensen has done a terrific ride here to get himself to the front, to get the better of Kvech. Here comes Michelsen up the inside. There's one last chance for Michelsen. Might just be dropping points for the first time this evening. Kvech has done it. Rasmus Jensen, what a night he's having. He was brilliant for Denmark last year, of course, in Wrocław in Poland in the Speedway World Cup. He top scored for them there. I must say, he's riding with a lot of passion out there this evening. Terrific out in front. 6 points for Denmark with Jensen and Michelsen. And Jan Kvech picking up second place there, just keeping Mikkel Michelsen back in third place, and Vaclav Milik just missing out. 6 points for Denmark. They move on to 20, just 1 point behind Australia now.
Yeah, 1 point in it between the two favourites for this evening's semi-final. And Rasmus Jensen once again riding really well, makes a decent start on the inside gate there, gets awfully close in the first turn with Vaclav Milik clouting into the side of Michelsen. And at this point, you've got to say that Michelsen looks like he's going to get himself into second place, but there, Rasmus Jensen, bikes just lifts enough for him to lose the momentum. And Michelsen almost running back into the side of Rasmus Jensen, his teammate, as they come into turn 3. But Jan Kvech looking good at this point, but Rasmus Jensen, he's a real battler. We've seen it, we saw it in the Speedway World Cup in Wrocław last year. He gets stuck in, doesn't he?
Does very nicely and well. He comes roaring around the outside of Kvech to get himself back to the front after that half a mistake down the back straight early doors. Kvech actually then almost kills his speed entirely, and I thought for a moment Michelsen was going to get the better of him. But Kvech recovered and hung on to second place, but Rasmus Jensen, quite a character, Rasmus Jensen, he really is. And Nicki Pedersen there working well with Hans Andersen, of course, a very high-profile team management they have these days, Denmark. And, they are going along nicely, and you know they have come here to do one thing. When you've got Nicki Pedersen running the outfit, he's coming here to win. He's coming here to win. He wants a gold medal, and there's no doubt that the way those boys are riding, they're looking good tonight. Australia are out here in heat number 12, and they've got Max Fricke and Jack Holder up against. So we've got Broc Nicol and Luke Becker coming in here to replace Gino Manzares. Australia off gates 1 and 3 here, and America will have gates 2 and 4. Fricke's going to go off the inside with the blue helmet colour. Jack Holder back in this time. He'll come out of gate number 3 in red. And the Americans aren't quite there now. They're just arriving now. Looks like Becker's going to come out of gate number 2 in yellow, and it'll be Broc Nicol going from the outside in the white helmet colour. America haven't quite clicked tonight. They're on 8 points. They're languishing down in 7th place right now. Not good news for them. They really were quite upbeat prior to the meeting. They fancied their chances, but they haven't been able to. Too many last places. They haven't been able to get themselves into 2nd and 3rd on any of their outings so far, but Australia looking to remain unbeaten. Going well, Australia, tonight.
Yeah, going really well, and difficult job for Mark Lemon, actually. You know, he's got local favourite Brady Kurtz riding so well. They haven't dropped a point between them yet, so he's going to have a difficult selection come final time on Saturday night, isn't he?
Nice problem to have, though. Holder coming forward now. Heat number 12. Here we go. Australia up against Team USA. Shapes her up. Great start from Luke Becker out of gate number 2. He gets himself to the first turn in front of Fricke. Holder's back in 3rd place. Broc Nicol's out the back. Brilliant start from Becker, I must say, and he's got away here out in front. And will Australia be beaten for the first time this evening? Becker looking good out in front. Holder coming up the inside. Fricke's gone very wide, and look at Holder. Holder's really done very little there, but just ride around the inside. He's got himself into 2nd place.
Yeah, he took the easy shortcut and got himself into 2nd place. But Luke Becker, always a difficult man to pass once he gets in front. He doesn't weigh too much, and he's generating a lot of speed out front. Looking good, actually. Looks like he's enjoying himself out there, and this could now hand the advantage possibly to Denmark.
Indeed. Luke Becker out in front is going to pick up 4 points. It'll be 5 points for Australia. They'll drop a couple here. Nip and tuck between Denmark and Australia, but Luke Becker with that stunning start from gate number 2 has ridden really well there. And once he's got his nose in front, we've seen the best of Luke Becker this time. But unfortunately for Team USA, Broc Nicol not picking up any points, so not really going to help their cause that much. But Australia with the 5 points there, with Jack Holder and Max Fricke in 2nd and 3rd. Luke Becker winning the race in fine style, but Broc Nicol missing out. Australia go back to the top of the charts, but they have raced 1 more race than Denmark. You'll see it there. They're on 26 points. 20 points for Denmark, but they've only raced 3 times. Czech Republic on 18, 13 points for Slovenia, and the USA moving on to 12, Latvia 10, and Norway on 9. That's the position we have after 12 heats here in semi-final number 2. And I must say, racing has improved immensely here, considering the rain we had just prior to the start.
Yeah, it certainly has, and the track stood up very, very well. They haven't done any track grading so far this evening, and I think that's the right decision. Leave it alone, as the track has responded quite well. But yeah, decent race once again from Luke Becker. We can see Broc Nicol there, just the bike just lifting on him, lost all his momentum on the way to the first turn. Max Fricke in blue there on the inside. He's just
he's just not made the start. Luke Becker's got across and riding very well, actually, Luke Becker. Once he gets in front, he's always quick. Doesn't matter where he's riding. If he can make starts, he'll go very, very quickly. And Australia there dropping points for the first time tonight. They will meet Denmark in Heat 16. So we'll see who's going to take advantage there.
Top 2 go straight through to the final on Saturday. It's looking like it could very well be Australia and Denmark. They were the 2 big hitters coming into the second semi-final. Slovenia going along nicely as well in 4th place. Czech Republic hanging tough on 18 points from their 4 outings so far. They're in 3rd place.
Download the FIM SCP
Well, while we've got this pause, let's get some reaction. Let's have a chat with Luke Becker. Marcelina's down there.
That's right, Luke Becker is here with me, the winner of heat number 12. Luke, looks like with every heat you're getting better and better to win over unbeaten teams so far. That must be very satisfying for you right now.
Yeah, you know, first few heats didn't go to plan. It's definitely a lot easier when you can make a start and get out in front, as everybody can see. But yeah, no, we're happy with that. Hopefully we can build some momentum from that and just keep it going into the end of the meeting.
You're racing in the British League, obviously. Does that experience help you tonight with this quite tricky conditions?
Yeah, you know, definitely we get a lot more wet meetings here in England. I've been getting a lot of wet meetings abroad too, but yeah, it's good experience. It's definitely a lot different from a normal night, so we gotta adapt. And yeah, like I said, that was a good one, so we gotta keep it going.
Do we know who's gonna be your partner in the next outing?
I'm not sure. I've been running around like a madman, so I'm not sure yet.
Obviously, just last one question about your season so far, because you've been racing in 4 leagues this season. I'm just trying to figure it out how difficult it is in terms of logistic, traveling, and being just simply tired.
You know, there is a lot that goes into it, but you know, we come a long way from home to come over here and do a job racing a speedway bike. So I'm young. This is my time to do it, and I like to be on the bike as much as possible. So I enjoy it.
Great, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Smashing ride from Luke Becker, and really did show a great turn of speed there out in front. Smashing start, hit the front and got the better of Australia. Australia on 26 points after 4 outings. Denmark going along pretty nicely as well on 20 from their 3 races. Czech Republic doing what we expected them to do on 18. Slovenia, the surprise package, and they've got a race in hand over the Czech Republic. That could be quite a battle between those 2 outfits. Keep an eye on that. And that has plenty to run. Get involved with us on all the different social media platforms there, and we'll keep you up to date on all the goings on in World Championship Speedway. Riders just being released now. There is a change here with Rasmus Jensen coming in for Mikkel Michelsen. Rasmus Jensen actually enjoying a smashing night. Really is riding with a lot of determination and energy. There's no doubt about that. Rasmus Jensen did have a period of time riding for the Swindon Robins in the UK, but right now seems very happy to be riding on the continent. He enjoys riding in Sweden, Denmark and Poland, so he's still a very busy rider. Looking down on the National Speedway Stadium, it really is a spectacular venue. Can't wait for Saturday night. In truth, Friday night will be great as well for the under-21s. It will be a marathon with 28 races, but there's no doubt we'll see some excellent stuff. Let's just keep our fingers crossed that the weather behaves here in the north of England. So we've got Norway up against Denmark. It's a Scandinavian battle here with Mathias Pollestad and Truls Kamhaug for Norway, and Rasmus Jensen and Anders Thomsen for Denmark. Looks like Pollestad's going from the inside gate here in red. That's Rasmus Jensen will come out of gate number 3 in white, and then off of gate number 3 in blue will be Truls Kamhaug, and off the outside is Anders Thomsen in yellow. Thomsen's in his interview was saying that he's set the bike to come off the start. He's not very fast. He's looked pretty quick, but you can understand his thinking there, can't you, with these conditions?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the track has settled down now. It's a little bit easier to race, but it's by no means perfect. And yeah, I think, you know, Anders Thomsen certainly making right decisions there. I think I'd want the bike just to come off the start, and I'll deal with the rest as the laps go by.
Absolutely right. So just dropped a point so far. Denmark, a maximum score here, and they will take the lead over Australia. Away we go. Denmark make a lovely start out of gates 2 and 4. Thomsen once again has a look over his left shoulder and he sees his teammate. Wow, what a first corner that is from Denmark. They have cleared off out in front. Pollestad is back in 3rd place. But Denmark, they have come to the UK, here to the National Speedway Stadium, and they mean business. I spoke about the fact that they are being led by Nicki Pedersen, their team manager, and Hans Andersen, and they want to win gold on Saturday night. They're looking good here.
Yeah, looking confident here, I've got to say. And I think the main difference between them and Australia right now is particularly this pairing of bit of a mistake there for Pollestad. But yeah, the difference between these two and the Australians is I think they're making more consistent starts. Certainly Anders Thomsen is getting away. He's preferred the outside gate so far this evening, but no, the Danes looking good at the moment.
Down the back straight for the final time. And they're going to take the lead in semi-final number 2. Denmark. Anders Thomsen having a lovely night. Rasmus Jensen riding out of his skin as well. Pollestad coming through in 3rd place. Young Kamhaug there, the Norwegian champion, just missing out there. But in truth, the race was over by the time they came out of the first corner. Denmark inspired here in semi-final number 2. They move on to 27 points. Looking very strong indeed. Only dropped 1 point. 7 points. Maximum score for Thomsen and Jensen for Denmark. And just Pollestad picks up the 2 points for Norway, back in 3rd. Special stuff this again from Denmark.
Yeah, and especially Anders Thomsen. You can see there he's got so much confidence. Just has a look across his left as they come into the corner and sees it's Rasmus Jensen, who is of course replacing Michelsen in this one. But Rasmus really seems to get it together in these national events for Denmark. As we said, he had a fantastic tournament in the Speedway World Cup last year in Vaclav. Look, he's on the inside, right on the inside there. You can see the front wheel in the fresh dirt there, but no, fabulous stuff from the Danes in this one. And at the moment they've got the advantage, looking forward to Heat 16 when of course they will meet Australia.
Could well determine the outcome of semi-final number 1. They're looking favourites, Denmark and Australia, to go straight through. And they're doing very nicely, riding very well together. And Anders Thomsen back in the big-time speedway here this evening in Great Britain, looking very good indeed. So we've got Andzejs Lebedevs and Daniils Kolodinskis going for Latvia here. Anze Grmek and Matic Ivacic going for Slovenia in heat number 14. Slovenia are a team that you've got to keep your eyes on. If they can get a big score here, they're going to put a lot of pressure on the Czech Republic. And it could be those 2 teams that actually go through to heat 22, which is the final qualifier. But Latvia, last time out, got a 6-point haul, and all of a sudden they may well have gained some confidence from that. Kolodinskis, actually, after a bit of a hairy first time out, looked much better last time.
Yeah, he rode very well last time, yeah.
Here we go then, heat number 14. 3 nights on, tapes up, Becker away. Brilliant stuff. They fire themselves to the front. Oh, but look at Slovenia. All of a sudden, they've come from nowhere. They've come through in the 2nd and 3rd. Lebedevs is out the front. 2 boys from Slovenia locked together down the back straight for the opening lap. Grmek and Ivacic, they're coming through. Certainly Grmek into 2nd place now. Look at that. Kolodinskis, super ride from Kolodinskis up into 3rd place.
Yeah, great corner that from Kolodinskis. Just rode right around the inside. And he's certainly taken a bit of confidence from his last ride. And he's just a bite lifting on the inside there as he enters the corner. A little bit untidy from him. Grmek at the moment hanging on to 2nd place. And Lebedevs having it all his own way out front.
Not good for Slovenia. Gotta say, they were looking for more here. Kolodinskis now going on really well in 3rd place. Lebedevs looking very strong out in front. But for Slovenia, they're just slipping up here at a vital moment. And Latvia, all of a sudden, beginning to make their presence felt. They pick up another 6 points here. Very useful indeed, though. So they've got 12 points from the last 2 outings, Latvia. And all of a sudden, they are going to move right up into contention here Just the 3 points there for Slovenia. Not disaster, but Latvia in 7th place. All of a sudden they move on to 16. And it's level pegging between Slovenia and Latvia. And Latvia will be just getting their noses in front of Slovenia because they've beaten them here. Good racing once again, particularly from Kolodinskis.
Yeah, Kolodinskis is really getting stuck in. He's at the back here, and we can see Lebedevs just pulling clear. And Grmek and Ivacic filling in the all-important 2nd and 3rd places to take the heat advantage at this point. But look at that corner there from the rider in blue, Kolodinskis. It really creeps around the inside and gets past Ivacic, and Grmek having a good ride, just hanging on there in 2nd place. But yeah, it's really making it interesting now between Czech Republic, Latvia, Slovenia, USA not out of it.
Another change coming up in the very next week. You're right, it's really tightening up very well, and Latvia with those 2 big scores in the last 2 outings have forced them right back into contention. Lebedev's riding well, and Kolodinskis certainly coming on, gaining in confidence every time he goes out there. So what exciting stuff this. Lebedev's back after a nasty crash just a few weeks ago. Vaclav Milik and Kvech for the Czech Republic. Broc Nicol and Luke Becker in to replace Gino Manzares here in heat number 15. It will be Milik for the Czech Republic, will go from the inside in red. Looks like Becker comes out of gate number 2 in yellow. Kvech gate number 3 in blue. And off the outside in the white helmet colour is Broc Nicol. This is an opportunity, you've got to believe, for the Czech Republic. They need 5 points minimum.
Yeah, absolutely. A big score here could cement their place at least in the top 3, so they'll get into the race-off.
Away we go. Brilliant stuff from Becker again. He's got that bike working beautifully. He's hit himself to the front. Milik coming through in a 2nd place. Superb stuff from him. Luke Becker, who was a terrific ride last time to get the better of the Australians, looking good. Now he's got that bike working off the start. He is absolutely flying. Unfortunately, with Broc Nicol out the back, it means that there's a 5-point score on the cards for the Czech Republic, with Kvech back in 3rd place. But Luke Becker is looking really good now, Chris.
Yeah, yes, I think the Czechs would have been hoping for a little bit more out of this one, but 5 points will do them. But Luke Becker once again riding really nice. He's just got the bike working well. It's jumping off the start. Just hasn't got the back up. He's the only one scoring points for the Americans.
Yeah, disappointing that. But Becker on the individual front, really looking very good indeed. I tell you what, he is absolutely flying. He's got to be one of the fastest riders out there now. Started slowly this evening, but has turned on the style now. Becker, back-to-back heat wins for him. Unfortunately, from a team perspective, he hasn't had the backup he was looking for. Kvech very nearly fell off after the race. They did well to hang on to the bike, but the Czech Republic, with Milik and Kvech coming through in 2nd and 3rd, they will pick up the 5 points there on your screen now. And Luke Becker, once again, a very impressive win for him, out in front, 4 points for Team USA. Czech Republic moving on to 23, cementing their place in 3rd place. But Luke Becker, another stunning ride from him.
Yeah, well, Vaclav Milik is going up in the air. Luke Becker's going forward, has a look across his right shoulder for teammate Broc Nicol, but unfortunately Broc hasn't made a good start, and Czech Republic take the heat advantage, even though Luke Becker's out front. Luke is looking very, very quick. You said it there, Kelvin. He's just riding nicely in the edge of the dirt. He's going into the corners in the dirt. He's absolutely maximising every little bit of traction that he can find out there. Another super ride from him.
Indeed. Super ride indeed. Now, big clash coming up now. Big crash coming up now. Not a big crash, big clash. Denmark on 27, Australia on 26, but they meet now. Which way is it going to go? Rasmus Jensen's in here. That's a change for Denmark. Michelsen has been left out this time. Kurtz is back out as well. Jack Holder. Kurtz is coming in to replace Max Fricke. So 2 changes. Interesting lineup. To be perfectly honest, there's strength in depth for both these countries. But Rasmus Jensen going along very nicely indeed. Rasmus Jensen will go from the inside in red. Brady Kurtz comes out of gate number 2 in yellow. Gate number 3 in blue is Anders Thomsen and Jack Holder will go from the outside in white. There's your lineup. Holder and Kurtz for Australia. Rasmus Jensen, who's done a fine job for Denmark tonight, as has Anders Thomsen.
It's a bit of a telltale, isn't it, that Mark Lem and Nicki Pedersen obviously think that these are their best pairings on what they've seen so far tonight.
Yeah, could well be. Here we go. Which way is it going to go? Clash of the big guns tonight. Heat number 16. Here we go. Thomsen once again. Fantastic off the tapes. Got to say, Rasmus Jensen is there as well. Holder trying to come around the outside. But Thomsen's right there. Kurtz is there on the inside. Oh, it's getting tired, untidy there. Denmark now with Anders Thomsen being relegated to the back, with the Australians coming through in the second and third, but Rasmus Jensen out in front.
Yeah, Rasmus out in front, but he did his teammate Anders Thomsen no favours at all as they got down to turns 3 and 4. Needed to have a look, ran across in front of him, and that's allowed Jack Holder and Brady Kurtz to come through. I'll tell you what, Jack Holder is throwing every single thing he's got to this. Australia at the moment have got the heat advantage. Oh no, that's a big mistake.
Oh, just trying a bit too hard.
Didn't need to do that.
Didn't really need to do it. They had the heat advantage over Denmark. But Holder, desperate to get to the front, just got caught out by the conditions in turns 3 and 4. Back wheel just let go on him. He's okay, he's up. But the red lights come on pretty quickly. But it was building up to be some race and some tussle between the two big guns tonight. See if that's awarded. Is he all right?
I think he's okay. I think he's just taking his time. But he didn't really need to do that. Australia had the heat advantage at the time, and he was having to put an awful lot into that race. And yeah, just turned it round.
Well, they are announcing the result.
Anders Thomsen. 3 points to Australia.
So the result is validated. So Denmark pick up the 6 points there. Rasmus Jensen out in front. Brady Kurtz coming through in second place with. Here we see the result now. 6 points for Denmark with Rasmus Jensen.
Glenn Moy for Norway coming in replacing.
Nicholson was in that race actually.
So Glenn Moy.
I think he was.
No, he wasn't. Anders Thomsen was.
Anders Thomsen was in third place there. And second place for Brady Kurtz. We'll see this incident with Jack Holder once again.
Yeah, Jack just, you know, look, he's a racer. He wants to get himself in front, something to prove against Denmark, who are obviously taking them all the way tonight. He just loses traction. He's gone in on the outside of Rasmus. He's expecting the bike to hook up. Ordinarily, you would expect that, but you can see all the slop on the outside there. And, yeah, he just gets himself absolutely covered in muck. Unnecessary. They had the heat advantage, but of course you can't take the racer out of the lad.
No, he really wanted to hit the front. He wanted to get the better of Rasmus Jensen, but as you rightly say, a bit untidy there, and a bit more Karcher steam cleaning required. I would suggest.
Yeah.
Absolutely, because it is sloppy out there. But 29 points now for Australia. 33 points for Denmark. That was a big move for Denmark with that mistake from Jack Holder. So we've got Norway here with Mathias Pollestad. Glenn Moy coming in here to replace Kamhaug, and we've got Lebedevs and Kolodinskis for Latvia. And Latvia have been battling back recently. 6 points, 12 points from the last two outings, going along really quite nicely. Can they keep it going here and really battle their way and overhaul Slovenia and give themselves a chance of the final qualifier in Heat 22? They were languishing down in 7th place after 3 outings, and all of a sudden they've got it together. Good stuff from Latvia, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great stuff, and it's made an interesting race now. We definitely have a 3-team race at least there for the 4th place.
Indeed we do. Heat number 17. 21 races, of course, programmed, and then the top 2 will go forward to the final. And we'll have the 3rd and 4th place teams in the final qualifier. Wow, what a start from Lebedevs. He's absolutely roared out of gate number 4. He fires himself to the front. Pollestad's there on the inside in second place. Kolodinskis coming through into third. That's still a 6-point haul, but keep your eye on Kolodinskis. He makes the bike work well. He's come up into second place. Brilliant stuff from him. Pollestad, who is very determined, trying to get back up the inside. Super speedway between the two of them down the back straight.
Yeah, Kolodinskis not giving an inch there. Oh, he's turned the bike in hard. He's done the right thing. He's got back to the inside. And this is a great result for Latvia. This will really mix things up. And Lebedevs looking quick. Class rider out front.
Pollestad now beginning to wind it on. Dive bombs up the inside. Oh my goodness, how on earth do they all stay up? Pollestad with a ruthless move, but Kolodinskis responds around the outside. Superb speedway here in heat number 17. Lebedevs out in front. What a ride from him, but Kolodinskis has become a superstar here. And a maximum score for Latvia. Wow! How on earth he stayed on with that move from Pollestad? It was tough. Very tough indeed. But the Latvians are tough, and Kolodinskis, after a really quite ordinary start to the night, has come good here in heat number 17. Maximum score for Latvia. Very useful indeed, and they leapfrog into 4th place. And Glenmoy picking up the 2 points for Norway there. They are down in 7th place. There we see it. Denmark out in front on 33, 29 points for Australia, Czech Republic on 23, Latvia on 23. Wow, what a turnaround that is. Slovenia now slipping down to 5th on 16. Yeah, Latvia coming really good in the last 3 outings.
Latvia have, it really does look like them and the Czech Republic will be battling it out, but great ride this, great battle between Kolodinskis and Pollestad. And I tell you what, Kolodinskis has got an old school style, hasn't he? He's a little bit upright, sits very upright on the bike, but it's really working well. He's sticking to the inside. He actually got shoved into the dirt and then realised that actually he had plenty of pace out there as well, as Mathias Pollestad got up the inside of him. But Lebedevs, of course, class rider. We see him in the SGP all the time. And here, tough move that from Pollestad. Roars up the inside of Kolodinskis, who then just realises, hang on a minute, the bike's working well out here in the dirt, and just gets straight back around the outside. But that was a tough move.
That was the move when I thought he might just take Kolodinskis down. But Kolodinskis responds beautifully, doesn't he? He wasn't unsettled at all. He just wound it on. And when you think he was on his backside, slopping around in the dirt in the first corner, he didn't even get round the first corner. He has responded brilliantly, got replaced for his second ride. But fair play to him, he has come back in to help his country out big time here this evening. And Latvia going along very nicely indeed. So level pegging with the Czech Republic here right now. So let's have a look at the individual scores so far this evening. We've got 16 points to Luke Becker. What a night he's enjoying. He's been sparkling form. Lebedevs on 14. Thomsen, Jensen, Kvech also on 14 points as well. Mathias Pollestad on 11. Jack Holder on 10, Brady Kurtz on 10. But they've had less rides. You can see they've only had 3 outings, whereas Becker's had 5. 5 for Milik on 9. And so on down. Been great speedway considering how wet it's been, and it's another terrific plus for the National Speedway Stadium and the way it's been prepared today.
And you'll be able to do that. So here's my question: how many laps are there in a speedway race? There are 4 laps, that is correct.
Okay, well, we've got a few moments here and a bit of track grading on. Let's have a reflection on the action we've seen so far tonight.
And you will be joining us on...
So there we go. Delighted that we've been able to get the action on tonight. It was looking unlikely when it started raining about 5:30, and it really did pour down. But fortunately, the rain has moved through, and we have enjoyed another super night of Speedway, and the racing has got progressively better the longer the night has gone on. There's the standings as we move into the last 4 races.
Okay, I've not got much time
Denmark
left, so
leading the way on 33 points. Brilliant effort from Latvia to come back into equal 4th place, effectively, or equal 3rd place, excuse me,
Sweden did
with the Czech Republic.
Yeah, Slovenia have got that one race in hand, haven't they? They'll have 2 races in this block.
Yeah, so it's still far from over, but they just slipped up against Latvia last time, Slovenia, so they need to get back to combining a little better. As I say, no last places, so that's what it's all about, and you'll have half a chance of getting through to the final. We were expecting Denmark, Australia and Czech Republic to go forward to the final, but Latvia and Slovenia are battling awfully hard. We've got heat number 18 coming for you next. We go through to heat 21, where the first 2 will be determined, and they'll go into the final. Heat 22, the final qualifier, will see the 3rd and 4th place teams going head-to-head to determine the final qualifier for Saturday night's final. Riders just preparing themselves here. Big race for Slovenia here, Chris. They've got to try and take advantage of the Czech Republic.
Yeah, they have, and they've got to put points on the board with that race that they have in hand as far as the race to 3rd and 4th place. Of course, that is all important to give yourself a chance to go into the final qualifier and make the final on Saturday night. But yeah, Latvia, I mean, they languished down in 7th place in the early part of the meeting, but they really have come good now.
Absolutely.
Sorry, Slovenia, yeah.
Slovenia have been going along good.
Yeah,
Latvia, right. They were last place early doors, so Latvia, you weren't wrong. And Kolodinskis has been quite a revelation in the last 3 outings. He's been terrific for them. And Kvech has done a good job tonight.
Actually, Latvia, they really have come on strong because they've scored 6, 6 and 7 in their last
Yeah. It's
races.
been fabulous turnaround events. They only had 4 points for the first 2, and they've just turned on the style in the last 3 outings. They have done remarkably well. So heat number 18 with Slovenia up against the Czech Republic. We've got Grmek going for Slovenia on the inside in the red helmet colour. We've got Vaclav Milik at gate number 2 in white. Gate number 3 in blue is Ivacic, and off the outside in the yellow helmet colour is Jan Kvech. Slovenia with the race in hand really need to get something out of this. 5 points would be very useful indeed. And but I've got to say, Milik and Kvech have been pretty good tonight. They've just slipped up in heat 11 where they only got 3 points there, but they got a 2nd and 3rd last time in heat 15. Something similar to that would pretty much give them a very good chance of making sure they go through to the final qualifier tonight. Change of equipment as well for Ivacic here. I'll tell you why I know that, because it's a muddy night and he's got a very clean bike. Yeah. Mechanics are going to be cursing him because they've got 2 muddy bikes to clean now. Here we go, heat number 18. The last outing, well, possibly for Czech Republic. As I say that, almost certainly not. They're going to make the final qualifier. Into the first corner, Kvech round the outside. Fantastic first corner from him. Coming through there is Ivacic. Certainly he's done well there with Grmek back in 3rd place. Vaclav Milik coming round the outside of Grmek. Good ride from Milik. He needed to do that. It's tight though. Can he square the corner off? Get the better of Ivacic? Not quite. Can't quite get there.
No, he's coming on strong though. He's looking good. Vaclav Milik, he's gone a bit wide there. The bike hasn't responded for him, and Grmek looking for a way up the inside. But Jan Kvech out front, looking quick, looking happy with his motorcycle. And Ivacic hanging on to that 2nd place. But it's not going to be enough, I don't think, for Slovenia.
Jan Kvech off the outside gate, looking good out in front. Tell you what, Vaclav Milik is giving it absolutely everything in 3rd place. Ivacic just about hanging on. One blast! Here comes Milik round the outside. Can he make it work? It's going to get awfully tight in the run to the line. Goodness gracious me, he's done it!
I think he's done it, yeah.
What an effort from Vaclav Milik. That's a maximum score for the Czech Republic. What a ride that was. I didn't think he was going to be able to do it. Looked a little bit sloppy out there, but somehow he did it. Got the better of Ivacic on the charge to the line. Kvech and Milik picking up 7 points. Very handy indeed. Ivacic and Grmek for Slovenia. Just the 2 points that time. Super Speedway there in heat number 18 for second and third. And the Czech Republic, they finish on 30 points.
Yeah, I think that's just about secured their place in the top 3. So just looking at it, yeah, I think Slovenia, yeah, they're going to be in the race-off for sure. That's guaranteed. Jan Kvech in this one looking quick, looking happy. Vaclav Milik being made to work really, really hard there. Had to chase down Ivacic. Deals with Grmek quite quickly, but Ivacic was a much tougher cookie. And it went right down to the finish line. He did very well, as you say, Kelvin. He didn't look like he was getting that extra grip. Didn't actually fully commit himself to the outside. He was just almost in no man's land. Didn't put the back wheel in the deep stuff, but it just was enough to pip Ivacic down to the finish line.
Super finish to the race. Look at that. Total commitment. That's what it's all about at the highest level in the Speedway of Nations. Vaclav Milik really turning on the style. Kvech quick out in front. Denmark's leading away. Czech Republic now finishing. They're in second place, but they won't stay there for too long because Australia are out here. There is a change for Australia. Brady Kurtz coming in to replace Jack Holder. Max Fricke is back out. Andzejs Lebedevs with Daniils Kolodinskis, who's been a terrific rider tonight, up against Latvia. This is not straightforward for Australia here. No, I would say Lebedevs and the Latvian team have been going great tonight.
Yeah, they have, and Lebedevs is going off the outside gate. So it's been a bit of an advantage, not quite so good as it was earlier on in the meeting.
Australia pick it back up after just slipping up last time. Here we go. Starting into the first corner, Lebedevs trying to use the dirt around the outside. Just about got there, yes, brilliant stuff from him. Down the back straight they go. Kurtz is in second place. Fricke has come through into third. Kolodinskis once again hugging the inside. Can he make it work? So 5-4. 4-5 right now. Now, all of a sudden, Kurtz is turning on the style in second place.
Yeah, Australia don't want to make the same mistake again, though. Kurtz in second place, chasing down Lebedevs. Of course, he knows this track very well, riding with the aces, but they've got the heat advantage here. That's all they need. Kolodinskis, again, he's not really losing ground. Max Fricke actually having to cover the inside there.
Indeed he is. Now Kurtz charging up the inside, putting pressure on Lebedevs, trying to intimidate him. Lebedevs responds. He wasn't for getting out of the way. Kurtz riding over time in second place. Fricke's had to ride defensively to keep Kolodinskis at the back. Here's one last final blast round the fastest corner. Lebedevs hangs on. Whatever from Kurtz in second place. Wants to play his part on Saturday. It's a 5-4 for Australia there. Kolodinskis just missing out. But Lebedevs, as you rightly say, off the outside gate, he made hay while the rain didn't come down.
I thought you were going to say
no sun in Manchester today. Kurtz and Fricke, 5 points for them, 3 points for Latvia in heat number 19.
Yeah, another super ride from Lebedevs there from the outside gate. Has been working well tonight, just got the back wheel in the dirt, generated enough speed to get round the outside of Brady Kurtz, who then made chase with Lebedevs, and he did put a lot of pressure on him coming into the third lap. But Lebedevs has always got good pace. You can see the rear tyre there, he's not running too much pressure in that, as it's just folding up on the rim, but came under a lot of pressure there as they came into the last lap. And Brady Kurtz very close on the finish line, but 5 points, they take the advantage.
So there we are, Australia are on to 34. Denmark have got a race to come. And they're almost certainly through to the final. They are in the final, of course they are. And they've ridden well. Kurtz gave it everything there, but couldn't quite get to the front. Lebedevs was able to hold on. I think number 20 is with us now, and we've got a couple of changes here with Becker coming in for Broc Nicol, Gino Manzares back out, Mathias Pollestad for Norway, Glenn Moy coming in here to replace Truls Kamhaug for Norway. Norway hasn't been their evening, they really haven't quite got it together. haven't actually had two riders in point-scoring positions all night long, which is slightly disappointing. Very similar to America, actually. Becker has been stunning. Actually, he's scored those 16 points pretty much all on his own. And this shows you, with this point-scoring system, last places can be really...
they hit you too hard.
They hit you very hard indeed. So, racing for pride here. America, Norway, number 20. Becker again, fantastic out of gate number 3. Tight there into the first corner though. When he gets to the front, no, he hasn't quite got there actually. Got to say that's a terrific effort there from Mathias Pollestad. Pollestad has come around the outside for Norway. Gino Manzares into third place. No, it's Glenn Moy. Tight there for third. Got a battle out in front here. Now, Becker's done remarkably well there. He's gone very wide indeed. Pollestad coming back at him. Becker now hits the front.
Yeah, Luke Becker really has found some speed in his last 3 races and done fantastic with there. Mathias Pollestad. He scored points in every race. Very impressed with him, but he just hasn't had the backup to make an impression in this meeting. But Luke Becker once again showing lots of speed.
Indeed he is. Becker's ridden superbly well. We got a drama there. And, Gino Manzares just getting it out of shape there. And he's got to his feet. Good news, but you can just see how wet it still is out there. It just shows you how well this track has behaved, considering it was so very wet before we started. Get the feeling that'll be called, that race, by the referee. Luke Becker. So Gino Manzares is disqualified from heat number 20. Luke Becker, who's just given his teammate a lift back to the pits, he will pick up the 4 points for America, but it's 5 points for Norway. There you see the exclusion light on for Gino Manzares. So 4 points for America and 5 points for Pollestad. Super Speedway actually out in front. They were racing for pride, but nonetheless they put on a great demonstration there. It really was very exciting. And Luke Becker once again showing fantastic speed. Becker in second place? I'm sure that's right.
To Team USA.
But there we are.
Well,
Becker won the race.
Yeah, Luke Becker won the race.
Yeah, so that's not quite right. It was a 4-5 in truth.
We can see there Gino Manzares just gets his bike in the dirt. It's a similar crash that we saw last night. Actually, we saw a couple of crashes last night like that, and you can see Gino there.
Sloppy there. He gets too much grip, and then there's no way you're hanging on to it out there.
No, he just needed to lean the bike over a little bit more, maybe get off the gas a bit, but full marks for effort.
Apologies for the score there, but it was 4 points to America and 5 points to Norway. They both, well, Norway finish on 18. 20 points for Luke Becker tonight, all on his own. That's a great effort from Luke Becker. He has been in sparkling form and he's won his last 3 races. Fantastic performance from Luke Becker, individual performance from Luke Becker this evening. Heat 21, we will see Denmark with Mikkel Michelsen and Anders Thomsen going head-to-head here with Slovenia, with Anze Grmek and Matic Ivacic in the yellow helmet colour. Ivacic is on the outside, but we've got Michelsen on the inside in red. Grmek in gate number 2 in white. Gate number 3 blue is
Anders Thomsen.
It's Anders Thomsen this time. So Rasmus Jensen is rested, and it will be Ivacic on the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Mikkel Michelsen and the Danish pair here on 33
just need a finisher.
Well, they just need a finisher, and they will win the evening and go into the final. They're already there, in truth, but they will want to finish in style, you would suggest. Here we go. Hit 21. They're away. Into the first turn. It's tight. Michelsen's come straight across there to the dirt. Took a bit wild in the first corner there. Ivacic went a bit. That's allowed Anders Thomsen to come through into second place. Grmek back in third, with Michelsen, who's been rested a couple of times tonight. just charging away out in front, full of confidence. Anders Thomsen. Tell you what, look at Michelsen. He has got some speed.
Yeah, Michelsen has been quick in the Grand Prix series this year. Won in Lancer, of course, took a lot from that, and he's looking good in this race. But I've got to say, Denmark have been pretty immaculate tonight. They will be convincing winners of semi-final number 2 and heading into the final on Saturday, and looking good.
Looking very good indeed. They're on 33 points coming into this maximum score here. You see them move on to 40 points, and as you rightly say, Chris, this is a convincing performance from Denmark, laying down a marker for Saturday night. Denmark, they're in the final. What a night it's been. Michelsen's delighted with it. Shows great pace there in Heat 21. Anders Thomsen's been rock solid throughout the evening. So has Rasmus Jensen. He's certainly played his part as well. And Denmark on 40 points, really rock solid. Have been very impressive indeed. They've only dropped 2 points all night long. Terrific performance from Denmark. 7 points for them with Michelsen and Thomsen. 2 points for Slovenia in heat number 21. It looks like the Czech Republic and Latvia are going to go head-to-head in the final qualifier. Denmark and Australia will join the other qualifiers, other 4 qualifiers. Poland, of course, are there now. Sweden, who won yesterday. Germany are there, and the hosts, Great Britain. They're joined by Denmark and Australia, and we will wait to see if it will be the Czech Republic or Latvia that are the final qualifier for the final on Saturday.
Looking forward to the final qualifier. It's Czech Republic and Latvia. Latvia, to be fair, really worked hard for that place in the final race and a chance. We can see there the mistake from Ivacic, just gets his back wheel in the dirt. And bike lurches forward. We saw Gino Manzares down here on turn 4 in the previous race, having a similar problem. Ended in a heap by the fence, unfortunately for him. But Denmark really impressed. They've given Rasmus Jensen plenty of rides. He's looked tip-top, to be fair to him. And the only points that they dropped really was a little bit of a mistake from Rasmus down in turns 3 and 4 when Anders Thomsen was on the outside of him. But the weather, well, we've timed it well, hasn't it?
We've got to crack on. The next is the final qualifier, the all-important final qualifier to determine the final corner. And it is raining once again. And let's hope that doesn't spoil it, but they will need to run it, and the tapes are down. And they're going to get ready and get the boys out there as soon as possible. The Czech Republic going against Latvia in Heat 22. Look at Luke Becker, 20 points. What a night that is for him. Fantastic individual performance. Lebedevs has also been superb. They've had 6 outings with Jan Kvech, and it's Thomsen down there, and Rasmus Jensen's also had a terrific night there with just 4 outings and 14 points to his name. And a good night at Speedway.
30 points. Australia 34.
So the final quali, the gate selection, is coming up for you now.
20. Denmark 40. And Latvia.
And we are starting with Team Czech Republic. Ezven Erban, team manager. Your riders will go from which gates?
Yeah, this is Mr. Vaclav Milik from gate white, is 2, and Jan Kvech, gate 4.
Jan Kvech in yellow helmet color and Vaclav Milik in white helmet color. Thank you. Vaclav Milik in white helmet color and Jan Kvech in yellow helmet color. And now I'd like to invite team manager of Latvia, Vladimir Ribnikovs. Please join me here. What about your choices?
Hello, Lydia. And Daniils Kolodinskis, red.
Daniils Kolodinskis will go in red helmet color, and Andzejs Lebedevs?
Andzejs Lebedevs, blue.
Andzejs Lebedevs in blue helmet color. Thank you.
So there you go, the final qualifier, heat number 22 between Latvia and the Czech Republic. Czech Republic having the choice of gates there, going with gates 2 and 4. Milik coming out of gate number 2. Kvech off the outside in the yellow helmet colour. We've had some rain, it's just drizzling. Will that favour that choice? Possibly.
Yes.
Quite possibly. That might well have just fallen very nicely for the Czech Republic there, because Kolodinskis and Lebedevs of Latvia have been going very well indeed in the latter stages of the qualifying heats. Drama here, the rain is still coming down, track conditions deteriorating, but we've got one more race to come.
Yeah, it's going to be tough conditions out there. It's just rained enough for the inside, definitely to have got a little bit greasy, and I think the rain has come at just the right time for the Czech Republic. I think Kvech coming off gate 4 is going to be an advantage, but of course you've got to back that up. It's no good having a race winner in the last place.
In blue, Andzejs Lebedevs.
It's all about not running a last, isn't it?
In blue. In white, Vaclav Milik. Vaclav Milik in white. And completing the lineup in yellow,
So while we're waiting for the final qualifier, we can get some more reaction down in the pits there. Marcelina is going to be joined by Nicki Pedersen.
Who's going to get it?
That's right, and the winning team of semi-final 2 and team manager Nicki Pedersen alongside me. Congratulations, that was a very tough day in the office, let's say, but you have a very equal team in a top form. That's a good forecast before the final on Saturday.
Yeah, I'm very proud of the boys. They worked extremely hard today. You know, this sort of condition, you know, is always tough condition. So we wanted to put everybody in the squad and to be on the track today, and near enough they shared all the races together. So I'm very proud of them. And I did not want to have anybody to be any reserve, you know. So we had Rasmus in, we have everybody in, so we're pleased.
I bet you would like to have the same weather conditions on Saturday.
Not really. I don't think anybody appreciates weather like that. But we know now the track was very good at the practice today, and the conditions today cannot get any worse. So we know the setup, you know, we know how to do it, and we need to continue on the team building from here.
Exactly. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Nicki Pedersen driving his team on. Really has come in with a lot of enthusiasm and passion, of course. So the final qualifier for the final on Saturday night is the Czech Republic up against Latvia. It's Vaclav Milik and Jan Kvech for the Czech Republic. Daniils Kolodinskis for Latvia and Andzejs Lebedevs. They go off gates 1 and 3 Latvia, 2 and 4 for the Czech Republic. Kolodinskis, he's going to go off gate number 1 in red. It's Lebedevs out of gate number 3 in blue. Milik will come out of gate number 2 in white, and Kvech will go from the outside in yellow. The rain has come down, greasy conditions. Not ideal here to finish the night, but we need the final qualifier, don't we?
Yeah, it's a big race. It's the final race, and it will determine which one of these two teams we see again on Saturday night. And I've got to say, I think after the rain, the Czech Republic have got the advantage with the outside gate. Lebedevs, we know what he's about. Even if he misses a start, he will do his level best to get himself through. But
yeah, I've got to say, Milik Kolodinskis now, Chris, because he's been working the inside, and that inside, as you were saying, it's really greasy now.
Yeah.
So here we go. Heat number 22. Will it be the Czech Republic or Latvia? After coming on so strong in their last 3 outings, they really have turned on the style. Can they do the business here? Here we go then. Final time here this evening. Takes her up. Milik's made a lovely start from gate number 2. He gets there. Kvech has turned back up the inside. Tight coming out of turn 2. But Latvia coming through in the 2nd and 3rd. Oh, terrific stuff from there. And Lebedevs right round the outside. Milik is now very vulnerable. Lebedevs is there. But now with Kvech coming through and it's... Oh my goodness gracious me. That was tight. But 2nd and 3rd will be enough for the Czech Republic.
Yeah, this will do the Czech Republic, but I've got to say, Kolodinskis won't give up. He's working the inside really well. I think he's going to have his work cut out now to get around the inside of Milik, because he's covering that inside quite nicely. Jan Kvech, he just needs to settle down now. He needs to leave Lebedevs alone. They don't need any more than 5 points here.
Oh, goodness,
he's done it. He's gone down.
Oh, he's blown it. Jan Kvech, as you were saying it.
Thrown it away.
He's just thrown that away. And that has gifted the positions. Oh no, we've got more drama. Going down the back straight. Out of the last turn. Lebedevs is the winner. Milik comes through to 2nd base. And Latvia are in the final.
Threw it away.
Wow, Jan Kvech. Well, that's going to haunt him for a while. I'm sorry to say that, but that will haunt him. He didn't need to push that hard. You nailed it, Chris. You nailed it. You were saying it as he was going through that turn, and he nearly ran in the back of Lebedevs.
Difficult track conditions. We'd had the rain. They got 5 points. They were in the final on Saturday. There was absolutely no need to do that.
Drama in the final qualifier, and Latvia are through. They are in the final. What a dramatic conclusion to the second semi-final here in the National Speedway Stadium. The rain coming down, really difficult conditions. The Czech Republic holding second and third. Jan Kvech pushing on, trying to get to the front when he didn't need to. But Lebedevs and Kolodinskis, he's my rider of the night, that young lad.
Tell you what, he's been brilliant, hasn't he? I tell you what, they were in last place after 8 heats. Latvia were in last place.
Yeah.
Now they're in the final on Saturday.
Remarkable turnaround of events, and Latvia delighted to have qualified for the Speedway of Nations final here on Saturday evening. Many congratulations to them. That really is quite a turn-up. The Czech Republic, well, they will be kicking themselves there, and it's hard on Kvech, but that was a parlour error there.
Absolutely, you know, difficult track conditions. You can see Vaclav Milik makes a really good start there. Jan Kvech does all the right things, trying to get there with his teammate. But Lebedevs round the outside, gets himself sorted in the dirt. You never know when the rains come down like that. It changes the track. You don't know if the dirt is actually going to work for you or not. Jan Kvech is already pulling sort of all sorts of stunts there. And at this point, it's 5 points. They're in the final on Saturday night. Absolutely no need to do anything. And then he just can't help himself. He just has to get off the gas because he's going to run into the back of Lebedevs. Bike goes forward, hits the fence. It's all over. Disaster.
Tough moment. Disaster for the Czech Republic. Delight for the Latvian team. They're through. And that's the moment that cost the Czech Republic. Just needed to be a little bit more aware of the situation. And unfortunately for the Czech Republic, they miss out, and it's absolute delight for Latvia. They were languishing down in 7th place after 8 heats, as you point out. They've turned it around. They really have been in stunning form in the second half of this semi-final number 2. Brilliant stuff. Congratulations to everybody concerned. It really has been a difficult night. Weather hasn't really been very favourable at all, but we've witnessed some super speedway again here. And we are now set for the final. Friday, of course, the Speedway of Nations 2. We're going to have a marathon there. We're going to have 28 races for the under-21s to determine who's going to be world champion there. There's your lineup. And of course, Saturday, the final itself with Sweden, Poland, Germany, the hosts, Great Britain, Denmark, Australia, and Latvia, the final qualifier for a marvellous night to look forward to on Saturday, starting at 7 o'clock here in the UK, 8 o'clock Central European time. So we'll have a podium ceremony now. It won't be too long because it's pretty grim out there, but it's been 2 good meetings considering the conditions.
Yeah, given the conditions, the track actually, I've got to say as well, has held up very well and produced some good racing, but it's these riders that have done the job. And Latvia, what a performance from them tonight to lift themselves. I was looking at the face of Vladimir Ribnikovs after that last race. I don't think he could quite work out what's happened tonight.
Been around a little while, but Latvia were there. Anze Lebedevs back from injury, riding out of his skin tonight. Australia coming through in 2nd place. Jack Holder doing something similar, actually, to what Jan Kvech did, where he slipped off in that bottom corner. But Australia, in the end, comfortably through. Don't discount them. They are a strong-looking outfit. No doubt about that. But the winners tonight, Team Denmark, have been absolutely outstanding. Terrific performance from them. All 3 riders having a ride. Nicki Pedersen determined to make sure that they were all equal. 40 points, easy winners on the night.
Yeah, when you can bring in your reserve rider, I mean, technically in this, they don't really have a reserve rider. They just have 3-man team and pick and choose. But got to say, they were immaculate tonight.
They were indeed. Thanks for being with us. Now we've got the youngsters coming forward now to hand out the tickets for the final. First, of course, is the youngster coming forward now to hand out the 3rd position. This is a great moment for Latvia. And we do see this with the Speedway of Nations, some of the lesser nations having their opportunity. We saw it with Finland 2 years ago, of course, when they made the final. This time around it's Latvia. Australia are expected to make the final tonight, and they duly have. They'll be back on Saturday. Smashing moment for the youngsters coming forward. This chap's not so young, but nonetheless, a special moment for him.
Harsh, Kelvin.
Well, he's not quite as young as the other two.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry, I didn't quite need it to just but he's quite a tall man. But Nicki Pedersen and the Danes, and Hans Andersen now, of course, as the team manager as well, alongside Nicki Pedersen. Brilliant night for Denmark.
Yeah, they rode very well, really did, making really good starts. We've seen 6 of the teams now that are in the final. Of course, they'll join Great Britain. Kelvin, thoughts? Who do you like the look of?
I fancied Australia, but Team Great Britain will be hard to beat here at home. What a night of Speedway it's been, and what a night of Speedway we have to look forward to. The Speedway of Nations final on Saturday really will be very special indeed. The talent and the quality on show will be extraordinary. Thanks for sticking with us tonight. It hasn't been easy, but congratulations to everybody concerned. We will see you on Friday night for Speedway of Nations 2.